Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of His and Hers.
Yes.
My name is Tuan. This is my beautiful wife.
Sim.
Hey guys, so welcome back, new viewers, right? And
Yep.
obviously loyal viewers, welcome
Uh-huh.
back. Guys, today we're going to be doing something for the very first time, right?
Yes, we
It's,
are.
it is a Monday today, right, honey?
Yep.
October 3rd, I believe.
Yep.
Today, mark this date, guys, because today is the very first episode of Marriage Mondays for the His and Hers podcast. So every
Woohoo!
Monday, we're going to talk about marriage topics
Uh-huh.
and then hopefully give you guys some advice, some insight.
Yep.
Of course, mixed in with the truth, as always,
Yes.
right? Share the truth, debunk the
Bunk
lies.
lies.
And hopefully that'll give you guys better outcomes for, your potential marriage,
Mm-hmm.
your purpose, and hopefully maybe your current marriage as well.
Yep.
All right. So before we get into it, please subscribe to the channel. Right. There's a
Amen.
lot of shadow watchers out there watching, still. So guys, watch out for the merch. You shadow
Yes.
watchers. We're going to be releasing some merch for the podcast here shortly.
Yeah.
So guys, watch out for that.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, if you have watched our channel more than once, or if you've shared our channel, or if you spoke about the truth or debunked the lies,
Yes.
right? And you haven't subscribed, quit
Please.
shadow watching. Subscribe to the channel.
Yes.
Smash that like button, right? The likes are free, guys. Push us
Uh-huh.
up there on the algorithm. Comment and share. We love all the
Share,
comments,
share.
negative and positive. My wife and I, we do really try to read all of them.
Yes, we do.
And the comments are going to be very important, guys, moving forward, because as we provide you guys more content, we
Mhm.
want to hear the feedback that you guys are saying, whether you
Mhm.
appreciate it or not, or advice, especially about this show today, honey.
Yes.
Right? Marriage Mondays.
Mhm.
We want to see your guys' comments of what you guys would like to talk to about our marriage
Yeah.
or questions about your own marriage, relationships, that
Yep.
type of stuff.
Make the comments down there, guys.
Yep. Turn on the notification bell, and obviously that'll let you know when we post new content. And check out your channel over at TikTok at His and Hers YT.
Yes.
All right, guys. So I'm super excited because we're gonna start bringing you guys multiple shows
Mhm.
throughout the week.
Yes.
Obviously, different dates are gonna provide different topics.
Yep.
Right? We're gonna try to provide you guys with as much advice, as much value as possible.
Mhm.
And like I told you guys, we're gonna start bringing on guests. So
Yes.
please check out obviously our Instagram page,
Yeah.
or even just share on the videos or comment on the videos or comment. I don't know if we have like a contact page or something like that, but we'll get one up for you guys.
Yes.
Contact us if you're in the greater Seattle area
And you want to come
and
to
you
our
want to come
show.
to our nighttime show or even even our daytime show. And you're a couple, marriage, single. Specifically, though, like we're asking, we'd like to see Asian couples, Asian singles, right? Because
Yep.
we kind of want to touch upon this Asian culture with the whole RP community,
Yes.
the truth, obviously, and the feminism lies that have unfortunately permeated our society,
Yes.
but specifically our Asian culture as well,
Cultures.
right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. So let's get into this Marriage Mondays, honey. So
Okay.
today's question, and
Yes.
it should be the very first question as
Yep.
well, too. Should you want to get married, or should you even get married in this day and age?
Yes.
Right? With everything going on, with the
Mhm.
feminist slides being, obviously promoted for so long, with the
Mhm.
ways the court system is set up now, right? Where
Yep.
unfortunately it's really geared towards the
It's a
female,
female side,
right?
yep.
A man gets destroyed,
Mm-hmm.
right? Even with prenups and everything like that, which we'll get into here shortly. Should you want to get married as a man or a woman?
Yeah.
All right, and let's discuss both sides of the topic, right?
Okay, let's do the pros and cons.
Yeah. So before we get into the pros and cons too, I think
Mhm.
should you, honey? Just from that initial question, I was like, get my wife's perspective first, guys.
Yes.
So should you
Mm-hmm.
want to or even get married in this day and age? What's your thoughts?
For me, well, I know people out there, but for me, yeah, I would still get married at this day and age because I already know that I want to be a mom. So for me, it's a yes. If
Okay.
you want to be a parent, a good parent, that is, a responsible, good parent, and you have, say, financially you're partially, stable, why not? And especially, if you want to continue your lineage, I say yes to marriage.
Okay. So my wife always answers very truthfully, guys, but she's obviously, whether she knows it or not, she's very in tune with the truth, right? So as you guys can see, her very first comment is, I want kids, right? I want the truth.
Yeah.
So naturally, she's going to say yes, right? And that's what really comes down to, right? I want to segue with what my wife just said, and that really what comes down to the purpose, the why. I always tell you guys that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
So you have to ask yourself out there, do you want to have your biological kids, and do you want to provide the best outcome for your kids?
Yes.
Screw this love BS. Screw this partnership 50-50, right? All
Yeah.
these freaking idealistic, stupid BS things that they've gotten to try you guys, lie to you guys to try to equate with marriage, right? Because remember, at one point, guys, look at your history, right? If you don't look at your history, we're failed to doom to mistake it, right? Make the same mistakes. Marriage was a concept to adhere the woman to the man, meaning that the man owned the female, right? And now, as you can see in this day and age, it's reversed. Let's be honest, right? Now it's honestly the man is pretty much owned by the female or the state, for lack of better words, right? So it's a form of control, is what I'm trying to tell you guys, right? They have lost sight of the true purpose, the meaning of marriage, right? Which is it's supposed to be for your kids, having the best truth. So before I say whether we should or we shouldn't, right? Let me just give you guys that premise, because before the concept of marriage through religion, right? The original Matrix, right? Before this concept was a thing, men were killing each other in the pursuit of the truth.
Yeah.
Right? Having kids, right? So whoever won, whoever conquered, whoever killed the other man got sexual access to the female, survival, right? And the female, knowing she had to survive, and if she wanted the best chance to have a kid and have the best outcome for a kid, she'd obviously have to choose the man who was the strongest and who killed and who conquered, right?
And that's why I said financially or stable.
Yeah,
I
so
mean, if the man isn't stable, nor is he financially, up there, on his, then it's
that's
hard to raise a child without financial support.
But it's that natural tendency of humans of just animalistic of our nature, right? That's what causes that inheritance, right? That biological need. Okay.
Yeah.
So with that, because a lot of feminists will argue nowadays, right? We'll be like, well, we don't live in that society anymore, right? We don't live in that time where, men and guys are killing each other.
Yeah.
But what you guys don't understand is that as much as we have changed our civilization to be, I guess, less barbaric, right? Those things are still inherently necessary. And so let me explain. You still need resources, like my wife said. You still need to provide to have the best outcome for your children and your family in general, your wife. And then, of course, as much as we want to say that we don't live in a crazy society where like everyone's dying left and right, as you guys can see, it's still very held by a very thin line.
Yeah.
At any moment in time, right, you can get robbed. At any moment in time, you could unfortunately die from a car accident, or something happens and you die from an illness, right? So there's still, regardless of whether your feelings, right? That's why we always say F your feelings. Regardless of whether you think we live in a more peaceful society now, the reality is that that's still the truth. At any moment in time, violence can be inflicted upon us. And so that protection is still necessary, even though it might not be as required on a daily basis as it used to be. Okay, so knowing all those things, guys, right? Knowing all those things, knowing kind of the current nature of obviously the rules of the law and how it'll destroy a man, is it still worth to get married? And my answer to this is yes.
Yep.
And the reason being is, once again, the purpose of the truth. To give your kids the best outcome.
Yes.
The only way to provide the best outcome for your kids is having both the mom and the dad present. But the reason why I wanted to kind of give you guys that precursor, the context of how the truth has been changed and obviously the marriage and everything, is because we need to focus on what the real meaning of marriage is nowadays.
Yeah.
Right? It's not about partnership. It's not about love. It's about the truth.
So and definition of marriage isn't the same as way back when, like our grandparents are. Like they try to work things out, they talk it through. You know, even though things are hard times, you know, the women don't just like up and leave just because of little, you know, disputes or whatever else. Like you try to work things out. Nothing is easy, people. Just like earning money isn't easy. Just like a marriage or dating isn't easy. So here you have to learn and talk things through or work things out. It's not always about divorce. It's not always, you know, things like that. It's like you have to try. I understand some people are in a, pretty tough, bad relationship.
situation.
I understand, like, okay, you're, you know, an abusive relationship, alcoholic,
But
whatever. That's very
it's
small,
rare.
minute.
I mean, we always
It's not
try.
that
Yeah,
many.
we always try to point out to the
Yeah.
select negative few. Like, you think there's men out there just going around beating women
No.
all day? Like, we
No.
always try to highlight like the exceptions to the rule to
Mhm.
say why marriages are not failing. Guys, the stats don't lie, right? We
No.
talk about this all the time in the community. 80% of marriages are initiated by the female. And the
Mhm.
majority of the divorces,
Divorces
what is the
also-
reason? It's financial.
Yeah.
It's provision. It's not because she was getting beat up. It's not
Mm-hmm.
because he was a player and he was having sex with multiple women, right? We always want to point to those things.
Mhm.
But when you look at the majority, it's always because of financial reasons. Okay.
And then trust me, it's not like the man really changed much. It's you women. You expect more, you shop more, you buy more things, you want to do all this stuff. And then you expect your man, a guy that works, you know, say like $40,000 to make like $1 million. Well,
Yeah.
sorry to say,
Well, let's
if you want that, then you
well
know.
let's give them some advice. But before we
I'm
get
just
some
saying.
advice, honey, because obviously, like I said, we both answered yes, guys. We
Mhm.
still need to get married in this day. I'm still a firm believer in a nuclear family.
Yeah.
And the correct. I'm not gonna say traditional, kids. I'm gonna go on a rant here in a second.
Yeah.
I don't want to say traditional. Okay, but
Mhm.
yes, the concept, the correct idea of marriage needs to be fulfilled and
Yep.
needs to be done. Okay,
Mhm.
real quick, why I don't like the term traditional, right? And I can't
Yeah.
stand all these buzzwords nowadays. Like, words mean something. I get
Yeah.
it, right, guys? And so we need to have the correct definition.
Mhm.
I can't stand the fact that we use the word traditional
Mhm.
to coin the truth,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Our when my wife talks about like our grandparents, you know, growing up in a
Mhm.
different time and obviously having this different purpose and ideal of marriage, right?
Yeah.
That's the truth. Whether
Mhm.
they knew it or not, it was this passing down of the truth, right? We didn't
Yep.
have social media 20,
No.
30 years ago, right?
No.
We didn't have freaking recorded data, the internet, right? Video
Mhm.
20, 30 years ago, right?
No.
The truth was passed down through time and knowledge by just people handing this generation to generation, right?
Mhm.
It's kind of like, you know, how do we make fire, right? The very first
Mhm.
man or woman that created fire, they said, oh shoot, this is how fire is made.
Spark the rocks,
And then
whatever
it's not like
else.
they wrote it down on a freaking tablet and then
Nope.
shot a video about it, right?
Yeah.
No, they learned it, and then of course what do? They pass it
Pass
down to
down the
their
knowledge.
offspring, they pass it
Uh-huh.
down to whoever in their village, and this. So guys, the truth has
Mhm.
always been passed down through time, right? The
Mhm.
correct way, I want to repeat that, the correct way to do things,
Yep.
so that way you have a successful marriage and the
Mhm.
best outcome for your kids, right?
Yep.
And so I can't stand this word of traditional, because when people say traditional, they want to think that, well, because it was old or
Mhm.
traditional, it could be changed.
Changed.
The
Yep.
truth cannot be changed. I don't care
Mhm.
what you guys do. 2 plus 2 is always going to equal 4. There's going to be no new math concept out there that's going to change that.
Or a boy has a dingling, okay, a penis, and a girl has a vagina. It's always going to be a male and a female. So that's never going to change biologically. I don't
Right.
care.
I don't care. if
I
you
don't
try
care
to
what
medically
you guys
do it.
say out there.
Yeah.
Okay, he, she, it, whatever else. Okay, there isn't. There's a male and there's a female. That's what we need to get straight to your head. 2 plus 2. I don't care how you want to dissect it. It's gonna be 4. Okay.
And also in the context
That's
of
it.
the truth. The
Okay,
context
that's it.
of trying to have the best outcome, right? We
Mhm.
complement each other. Men and women's values complement each other.
Yep.
You come all together. You give all the values to your
Mhm.
kids.
Yes.
When we try to do this BS nowadays of trying to think that this could be this, or this can be
Mhm.
half of this,
No.
or this could be the same as this, what you guys don't realize is all you're doing is providing the same values,
Mhm.
right? And then this is the other problem too, because you're not allowing the man to be a man,
Yeah.
right? Or if you're not allowing a woman to be a woman, neither one is being the best that they
Nope.
can be,
Nope.
right? So they're a half-ass of what they are.
Mm-hmm.
And when two people are half-ass of what they are and they try to bring half-ass values to the table, you're going to get half-ass results.
Yep.
And so that's what's happening. And so the reason why we have such a failed marriage society right now, right?
Yep.
People breaking up left and right, divorcing, or people not even wanting to marry at all, is because you're giving half-ass outcomes. You're giving half-ass results. And as much as this false ideology wants to tell you that you should feel good about it, the reality shows you otherwise. And so what happens is you don't stay together.
Yep.
You divorce, or you don't freaking have kids, or you don't obviously try to remain together to give the best outcomes for your kids.
Because people aren't trying to work hard. They're not trying to work hard on their marriage. They're a lot of people right now are just getting the easy way out. That's it. Easy way out.
So I think
And that's not what marriage is
yeah.
about, guys. It's
Well-
all about working and understanding one another and helping one another. That's basically
there
what a
is
marriage
that.
is.
There is that. But at first, let's go full circle. And to end this video, guys, is marriage worth it in this day and age? Yes. I believe it is more so now than ever before.
Yep.
Right? If we want to correct this current state of affairs, we want to squash this feminism ideology, we want to have a better society, not only for us as the Western culture, the Western America, but for everyone,
Yeah.
we need to bring back the correct terminology, ideology of marriage.
That's true.
And then focus on getting the values that gives us those best outcome,
Yeah.
and obviously teaching the right truths in terms of the men's and the women's
Yep.
value, right? So that way we all work together, like your point, honey, right? We actually work together, we complement each other, and we try to best help each other to provide the truth.
Yeah.
But the first step, guys, is getting it correct, focusing on the truth and getting the truth correct, right?
Yep.
Anything else you want to add, honey?
Nope. That's it.
Cool. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us for our very first episode of Marriage Mondays.
Yeah.
Check us out. Comment, of course. Let us know what you'd like
Yeah,
to hear for
there.
the next Marriage Mondays, and watch out for the next coming up weeks other
Show
shows.
us some love. That's about it. And share, and comment, and press that like.
All right, guys. Take care.
Bye.